Girlfriend wanting to break up over my answer to her question about whether I talk about other women with friends. Is this fresh? So he's talking to his friends about other women, and the girlfriend doesn't like.
No, she's asking if he does talk about his friends.
So, like, I would say,
Gotcha.
Mike, do you talk to Derek
Yes.
about other
other
girls?
Yes.
we don't even know other girls. We
I
know
mean, no.
Charlie, and that's it.
Yes. The whole ride to North Dakota, we talked
We
about
didn't listen
other
to
girls.
one song.
Other girls.
We talked about girls.
22 hours.
And maybe it depends on what you say.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Okay, basically, yesterday, my 29 male... I get it wrong every time.
Sorry over that.
Basically, yesterday, my 29 male girlfriend, 23 female.
There we go.
I just
we
hate
go.
the way it's worded.
I know, sorry.
No, it's not you. Basically, yesterday, my 29 male girlfriend, 23 female of less than 2 years asked me whether I talk about or comment on other women with friends.
Okay.
I perhaps foolishly answered, yeah, sure, sometimes.
Yeah.
I made it clear, and I'll make it clear again here, that I am not talking about fawning over someone, nor do I have any intention of pursuing something with anyone else. But sure, I have amongst friends commented on someone who might be attractive. I told her that in both my experience and opinion, both single and taken guys will talk about women, even the most faithful of partners.
I think that's
Closest I'll get is like, boy, that Caitlin Clark's a great basketball player. You know?
Mike has never said
Yeah.
anything else other
No.
than that.
That Markle was a great leader.
Yeah.
Markle.
Angela.
Megan?
No.
The German one.
Oh.
Close.
I only know Megan.
I don't even know.
And that one too. She's a fantastic
Fantastic
prince or whatever.
Princess?
I believe that women will sometimes do the same about men, but I
Oh,
cannot
for sure.
comment
Yeah,
on that
yeah.
from experience. And I have absolutely zero issue with her doing so. Anyway.
The amount of times Mike and I walk past a group of women, they're like, look at that dick.
Yeah.
All the
He's
time.
got a big hog.
Anyway, she said that was completely disrespectful and basically borderline cheating. She is seriously considering ending the relationship as she is that annoyed about it.
What if she
wants-
finds out what cheating feels like? That wasn't like cheating at all.
Yeah. Turns out I'm way less sad.
I was
way
wrong.
less sad.
I
Yeah.
was wrong.
Go back to talking about it.
I was wrong.
She wants me to promise not to comment on another woman again behind her back.
Oh my.
That is, of course, if we stay in a relationship at all.
He's like, I promise.
Yeah.
Hey, don't look at my search history either. On any app.
What do you guys think of this? What are your thoughts on commenting amongst friends on another man or woman while in a relationship? And finally, what should be my next move? I'll reply to all comments, he said.
Oh.
Oh.
Interesting. That sounds like a challenge.
Yeah.
He did reply to a lot of them.
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it's interesting, I guess. I mean, for me, it's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like when you're, how old is he? 29? How old is she?
She's 23. I think.
23.
Yeah, they're young. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, they probably don't even understand it. I don't know. I hate it.
It's so silly. I mean,
It
it's.
is
I mean, what are you
so
commenting on?
silly.
It depends on what you're saying. Like, if you're like, man, I'd love to leave you for this girl because she's way prettier.
Right.
That's
But
offensive.
when
but,
you're with your friends, like, what are you saying that, like, you know, like, there's no intention.
you know, Derek, when you get a little older, we don't really hang out and talk about girls as much anymore. Yeah.
You're like, how's your prostate?
Hey,
Have you had a colonoscopy?
hey, did you see that hot girl that had nothing to do with us?
Yeah, I bet she's got a mom our age.
I bet she'd be super creeped out if she heard me say that. That's what we say now. That'd be super offensive. No, yeah. I mean, you just admire them and you say something, but
I don't know.
I mean, judging by his friend group, like, they definitely talk about other women.
Yeah,
especially
I feel like that's what we don't know. Like, his friend group may be super.
No, I'm talking
like,
about your friend group.
Oh, my friend
I thought
group.
that's
Oh.
what you meant.
I thought you meant like, but we don't know his friend group because they could be like super like vulgar pigs about shit. And like, she's like, hey, do you talk about women like that whenever I'm not around? And he's probably like, I comment every night. You know what I mean? And maybe that made her uncomfortable because they're probably like, oh, I'd slay her or something.
Right.
You know, whatever. You know, 26-year-old men.
Yeah,
talk about.
I mean, guys are going to say stupid shit all the time, no matter what age. But I would not be offended if you're like, oh my God, that girl's not even to me. If you guys are talking amongst yourselves, talking about someone is attractive or you like something about them, that doesn't offend me. And if it does offend her,
That's weird. I mean, she's 23. She's insecure. She's young.
Yeah.
I feel like, but the thing is too is like attractive is like as a whole is pretty objective. Like you can all look at a person and be like, that person's attractive. That person's not as attractive. That person's like
sure.
like universally attractive is a thing, right? That's yeah. You don't agree, Alana?
Well,
I guess, yeah.
no, I agree with you. I'm like, he's even saying, because he actually did respond to almost every comment. He's saying
what a
that like
loser.
that
Maybe you spent this much
she-
time with your girlfriend. She wouldn't be mad at you all the time.
Go back to looking at girls and talking about that.
Ass nerd.
that talking about a celebrity that you think is attractive doesn't bother her. But if he said,
All right.
if he saw a girl in a
I'd
really
bone that
pretty
waitress
dress,
at Applebee's.
wait, if he saw a girl in a pretty dress and he said my girlfriend would look great in that, he is saying she would be mad about that. You're a psychopath. Like, let's
Okay,
just,
yeah, that's a weird
let's
one.
just grow up.
That's a weird
Let's-
one because like if I don't know if I'm like, oh, like that would fit you, like that would like that's your style. Like I don't think you'd be mad about that at all.
No.
Yeah, but if you're right. If you localize some of the things, it does become a little worse.
Right.
You know, if you're like, man, that waitress, I'd love to bang her. That is way worse
Yeah.
than saying that. You know.
Yeah, Jennifer Aniston's
For
objectively
sure.
Yeah,
attractive,
right.
Yeah.
It's hot.
If
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, Mike, that neighbor is
Yeah. Yeah. When do you go on the road again? Unrelated. Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
When do you go
Also,
do shows
Ryan
again?
Gosling's hot.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
totally.
Right.
Those are two totally different
Right.
things.
Ryan Gosling is hot.
Yeah. And
As
our
a-
neighbor.
Objectively.
He's your neighbor.
He's our
I'm
neighbor.
gonna start coming over more
my God,
often.
I wish.
He lives in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's-
Yeah. It is. He did.
he needs a
reply to-
better agent.
Yeah, that. I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah, if you start localizing it, yeah, if you start like saying
Again, his friends are young and
Yeah.
she's younger.
well, he
So,
was
of
older.
course-
He was like
yeah,
29.
29.
29.
But like, I think I still. So in my mind, I think like she may feel like maybe she doesn't deserve him, or it's not a real relationship because she's so young. Not like in a bad way, but like
No.
she's so young that she feels like
Yeah.
he's so like out of reach to her.
I agree
and
with
like
you.
and now he's talking about these other girls. She's just super insecure about it. 'Cause
Yeah.
she's like, I'm already insecure in a relationship, which is what it sounds
Yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And now you're saying these other girls are attractive. Like I'm worried that you're gonna leave me for them.
So here's what I would say. I grew up extremely, extremely religious.
I thought you were gonna say gay.
I did too.
I grew up super gay, and then I met my
That's
husband.
Extremely horny.
No, I grew up extremely religious, and I genuinely was taught that, you know, we can have
Even
a
if you
certain
think about it, it's
Yeah.
a sin.
That's
Yeah,
my
it's-
point.
yeah,
And so
it's the
I
sin,
would,
yeah.
like, let's say Mike and I are even dating,
Right.
and he's like, "Oh, that girl look cute." I'd be like, "That's an offense to me." Like,
Lust.
there's people that get
Lust.
taught
Be
that
damned.
it's so harsh and so offensive.
You're right.
When it doesn't have to be, and it doesn't have to mean anything.
And this could be like her first relationship. So she's like super smitten by him. And then he's like, you know, even if you say something like that, it probably hurts. Like Alana says, like, she's like, that Ups guy's a stud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She says it all the time. Every time the FedEx
love
guy
that.
comes to our house, every time
Oh
the
my
Amazon.
God, we used to have a hot
You're
FedEx
sad.
guy.
Every
Are you
time,
lying?
every
But
time
we
the
did.
Amazon guy comes to our house, she's like, I'd give him a package.
No.
You know what I mean? Like it's
That's like
messed up.
when we go out to eat, and I'm like, "That servo, you think she'd have a threesome with us?" And Kendall's like, "You're like, she's offended by it."
She's
and I'm like,
she's 15. She's on a worker's permit.
she was.
And Mike's like, "Let me call Derek. See what happens."
What do you think, Juan?
I mean, certain situations and things that you would say, like if like some girl walked by me and you like looked at me and were really like, I'm very attracted to her, like that would probably annoy
Okay,
me.
first of all, that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, I
But
know.
he's like, I
No, I'm not
like,
gonna.
wait.
No, I'm not gonna say it to you.
Here's
but-
hypothetical.
You need to know
Wait,
this, Alana. I'm
If you
super
guys
attracted
are
to
out
her.
somewhere and a girl walks past and he's like, "Wow, that's a really that you would look really good in that dress."
Right.
No, that
Would
wouldn't
that
offend
offend
me.
you? Would you
Not
think he
as-
was only
or like
commenting
things
her?
like this. I think so funny is like when you said that. Yeah, I would never say that. It's like, yeah, I want to fight tonight. Yeah, that girl that just walked past is hot as shit.
Oh
No,
my God.
I think like the thing is like, so I've said this to you before. Like if like we have a waitress or something like that, I'm like, man, her eyes are like the bluest I've ever. Like, you know, it's something like that. Like you notice things
Oh,
about
yeah.
people. It's not saying I'm
Yeah.
attracted to her, but like you just point out different features. And I feel like in this story, that girl would get angry about him pointing out that.
Anything.
Then you just keep going on and on about her
Yeah,
every
I
time
could-
she comes to the table.
And
You
her
could get
neck
lost
is
in
so
those eyes.
slender.
Smile for me one time. Smile.
See the
for
way
me
she
once.
put that plate down? My God.
What a shit! I bet she has no daddy issues.
Wait,
Who gets a girl like that?
fun fact:
Hello.
all four of us met in a restaurant.
That's true.
Technically.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Derek and Alana met in a restaurant, and Mike and I met in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Old school.
And
Old
while
school.
they were both probably hitting on other people,
Hey,
Alana and I were like, hey, pay attention to us.
3 of us were doing our job and working. One of us was
I wasn't working. I was.
one of us was
it's
there
Yeah.
creeping
You know
on.
what's so funny is there's a comedian in Pittsburgh where I kept saying, I was like, our waitress is really cute, and he was like, yeah, you should talk to her or whatever, and I was just not in that, like I was never in that mind space. But we had a mutual friend who was also a waitress there, and she was like, and Margot then, but she was like, talk to her about cats. She loves cats, and
Here we
yeah,
are.
and it fucking worked. I married her. So
Turns out she likes cats.
yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
She's like, if we got married, would you let me have a cat? I was like, yeah. She's like, we can get married tonight.
Done.
You know, so
Oh, that's kind of
yeah.
cute. I want to
But you guys met at like a nice sushi restaurant.
Yeah.
I had to go to we met at Rock Bottom.
Wait, that's adorable though. Also, I remember seeing you guys dating. It was cute.
Adorable.
Yeah, I remember. I miss those days.